Hi, everyone.
Hey, yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm not live on my Instagram today.
No, you're
Okay,
not. What
okay,
is
let's
going
see. Look at
on?
this.
It did not work.
No. You can redo it right now, though.
We got
Just
to we
click the
got to
little
go off.
There we go.
It won't let me. It won't let me add it. It's not letting me do it.
hateration in this dancery. I'm telling you, it's not good. So, how's everybody doing today?
I'm just
We
doing
are
good.
good. It
You know we're
is a
live, right?
good day.
Yeah, we're live, but things
Yes,
are
we are.
not working. Things are not working.
Hey, man.
It's technical errors.
Yeah, first
Hey,
day back,
everyone.
man. It's
You
our
said first day back.
Yeah, you know how I go.
Wait, it's not the book.
Got to get the kinks out.
I know,
What's
right?
our first day back? We're trying to figure this out. I'm trying to see if I can do this.
So,
I think
how's
it's
your?
interesting. It's like
I
some of
know.
this stuff reset. Like even the computers went on break.
Yeah, everybody went on vacation, technology and all. I had
think
to go
so
find
too,
my
but it won't
stuff.
let me.
I was looking for my mic and everything. I was like, "What up, Kiki?"
We're like, hey, Kiki.
I'm just gonna need the people to just be a little bit patient for us right now, because
Yeah, it's all right though. So, we'll start with Penny. How was your vacation?
My vacation was not a vacation at all. It's been
Okay.
blessed filled and very busy. During the vacation, I was able to sort through a lot of things and upgrade some other things. So it was used wisely, but it wasn't downtime.
Good, good,
How
good.
about you?
Actually, I actually kind of went on vacation. Yeah, the wife, the Mrs. Gaines actually, planned us a trip for Mexico, and we went. It was awesome. So,
Cool.
really awesome.
That's lit.
I'm
What about
right. Well, I
you,
didn't do
Zen?
anything on my vacation. Well, I
You
did. I
sure?
launched a candle business. I did do something,
Oh,
You
right?
only
I
launched a
only
I did do
launched
candle
a
something.
business.
Just
business.
a little old candle business.
Well, hey man, that
Yeah.
candle is not little old. That thing smells awesome, by the way. Because
Well,
I'm.
thank you,
Yeah,
thank
I
you,
need.
Thank
thank
Yeah, I
you.
need.
you. Look
I
how
need
low
Oh,
it
you
is.
burned
Yeah,
that
you
joint?
got it.
Oh, you dang all right. Give me a couple more
Wait,
days. I'll be ready for another one, homie.
He also came to my house.
Kiki said you came to my house and hit her.
Oh, good lord, I'm a savage.
And
What's
Zen, what
up,
about you?
everybody?
How was your break?
Who me?
How was your
Oh,
break?
Eve.
Me? What break?
Yes.
What break?
What break?
What
Break? There's no such a thing.
There's no such thing, man. I might take a break once we get that first M. I might take a break then, but until then, still working. I'm kidding.
No doubt.
I mean, I don't know. I will say this. I've come to the realization that
You sleep?
I be feeling guilty whenever I do stuff for myself. Like
No.
it's like yeah, like it's gotten worse though. It's gotten worse the older that I've gotten, and like it's like dang, all right. So
That's a damn good lead into our
What?
topic.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, what's
That's a
that
damn-
about? We're about to
That's
put
good.
you on the couch since it is Mental Health Month.
Oh,
Yo.
Lord.
That's
Nah,
about to
don't feel
put you on
bad
the
about
couch.
your needing your breaks and whatever else you need. Make sure you get it.
Get some rest, bruh.
You have to get stop. Listen, I understand how you feel though, because I have a hard time with that same kind of thing. Like giving myself grace. You know what I'm saying? And being able to say no without feeling guilt behind it.
Yeah.
Or just, but you gotta be like, you know what? I'm gonna curse, but I'm gonna not. I'm gonna not. You gotta be like, F that. You come first. Because if you're no good, then nobody else underneath you or behind you or inside of you or in front of you is gonna be good.
Exactly. You're resting
You know?
so you can stay strong for all the people you protect and love.
You know
What
what?
it
When
is.
you have a hard time trying to sort it out or you feel guilty, I say do it ahead of time. Like, you know how you fill out your schedule? Pull out the days that you say no. Like, I have on my calendar days that no, everything gets a no
Yeah.
today. Like if I don't do it on purpose, time goes by too fast and it'll go past me. I'll be busy. But if you put it in schedule, like this is some days that this is going to be the day that I just take care of myself. I ignore the world. I don't even answer to my name. Like
Right.
just schedule it ahead of time and then honor it.
Or, you know, it is Mental Health Month, right? But yesterday,
Oh,
yesterday, it was National Masturbation Day.
Right on. Give yourself a hand day was yesterday.
I don't see where that's going. I don't see, you clarify.
I'm just saying, you know,
Well, we do call
a
ourselves
little bit of
running
that
with
ain't
scissors.
never hurt nobody. You know what I mean? It's pretty
I really
safe.
do think that honestly speaking, I do think that a lot of mental health issues could be solved with just getting some like good sex. Like if ladies get their back cracked, just
Bust a nut.
bust a nut one good time. I'm like, you know, like think about like how much more calmer and clearer we think.
Stress free.
Yeah.
Yeah, stress free. Did
we're starting out with
did anybody indulge? Did anybody indulge yesterday? I'm just saying.
No, I didn't give myself a hand yesterday. I didn't even know what day it was. Sorry. Sorry.
I know
missed
you want
it.
to keep that little tidbit of information to yourself. I understand.
No, I'm saving myself for my next encounter. That yeah, I'm saving myself for whenever that next encounter is gonna be.
In 2 weeks.
That's funny.
Yes.
ooh,
Funny. That's really funny.
that's petty.
No, you just literally like alleyed that and then just that one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
And on that note,
look, saving yourself, period.
take us
You know,
to
when
the
you
intro.
just leave it alone or you don't give it away, you have the most energy.
Okay.
Like I know it relieves stress, but if you keep your energy to yourself, it ain't all over the place.
Really funny. Let's start the show because there's so many jokes.
Yeah,
Let's start the show.
Intro.
Yes, and we are back.
Indeed.
I don't think we officially did the good intro from the beginning because we was kind of all over the place, but
yeah, sometimes we gotta work the bugs out to make it perfect for y'all.
Absolutely.
No, we just came back. So I'm your girl Michelle with the 1L.
I am RG, and
I'm Ezel Moon.
And I'm Penny Owens.
There we go.
There we go.
Wondering, with this being season 2, all right? Do we have to like fully introduce ourselves?
Yes. We
For
do,
those who
because
haven't seen this?
there were always going to be people that have never seen this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't know us.
Oh boy. Our chat has already started without us.
Everyone can introduce themselves except RG.
Hey, real quick, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
A man walks into an enchanted forest and tries to cut down a talking tree. The tree says, "You can't cut me down. I'm a talking tree." And the guy says, "You may be a talking tree, but you will dialogue." Happy second season, everybody.
Oh, okay. And we are starting off with a bang, guys. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Well, we're going to let the people know what today's topic is. Since it is mental health, we wanted to start off with, what's your take on therapy? And how do you feel about therapy? Because not everybody, wants to have it or is into it or thinks it's going to help them. Or we're going to get into that.
Yep. And we got a list. We have a list.
We got some information. I got some statistics too, y'all. So we're going to get into that a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want, the disclaimer, The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the host. The information provided is for general entertainment information, no purposes only, and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors or omissions in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice to their specific circumstances. All right.
Good stuff.
Everything he just said. Everything he just said.
All right. That being said, therapy doesn't work.
Oh, good. We're just gonna jump in.
No, we're not gonna just jump in. No.
Okay.
The crap we seen on the internet, sir. Before you
let's do that before you start going crazy.
Statistics, bring all of that. But yeah, go for it.
Okay, well.
Crap I seen on the internet.
What you got for us, homie?
Man, crap I've seen on the internet. Hey, look, let me just holler at y'all.
ISO.
Those of y'all who have, been following this Drake Kendrick Lamar beat back and forth, feud, whatever. Hey, listen, dog. Real rap has returned, and we appreciate and celebrate that. Hopefully, it just stays in the song, and because that's where it belongs, right? Those of y'all that have been saying that Kendrick Lamar did not deliver on that song, you're lying. To yourself.
I don't know what he's
You're lying about. To the internet. You are lying. So that is the crap that I've seen. People just being like, "Oh, Kendrick Lamar's this ain't what." Shut up, man. You just is one of those knuckle draggers that don't know how to appreciate good quality music. Dog.
Wow.
Knuckle dragger, son. And I'll say it again. I'm firing off. Wow. And it's not just because, and I want to be very clear, not that I'm just I'm a Kendrick stans or any of that stuff. No, it is, if it's a good song, for example, objective opinion, I believe that in the Quavo versus Chris Brown thing, Chris Brown had the better diss. Quavo had the better song. Both songs will be played in places, they will be played outside that they'll sound good. In this Kendrick versus Drake thing, hey, look, man, Push Ups was cool. This Euphoria track that just recently dropped, awesome. But neither of them are touching like that. The song like that is still top tier. It's going to be there to stay. And that is the crap I've seen on the internet.
Okay.
Right on. Appreciate it, sir.
I haven't listened to any of those songs except Breezy. That was the only one.
Yeah, you gotta listen to that response.
That Breezy record was mean. Ooh.
That was a little bit outside of a diss, rap diss. That's very personal, and that could be taken off the record.
You can't
into
talk
the
about
streets. That was a lot.
That was a lot. It was crazy, but but then again, shoot. Pusha T had sent shots at 40, and he had multiple sclerosis, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, that's crazy. Like, it's just a lot.
Talk about that man's wife, and
I come from the era of this rap of LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee and them guys. That's my era. That is my era. And stuff now is different.
Yeah, they have some good bars too. They're quotable. Like, they have some quotables. But yeah, man. Shout out to Ice Cube.
Oh, no Vaseline.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Everybody that put that on the board. Yeah.
That was a good one. For sure.
But yeah. Where we at?
Let's jump.
That's all you saw. I haven't seen anything. I seen a lot on the internet, but I didn't bring anything to talk about. So that's all we got for the crap you seen on the internet.
Oh, people are doing those prank videos in Target, and now it's making Target to me look like Target. It's making people go back to Walmart. Just saying.
Another disrespectful record, by the way.
What are they doing in Target? I don't know anything about that. What are they doing?
The prank videos, literally, like, like where they be like, oh, such and such. This like one of the guys will walk up to a dude. I'm like, man, this dude keeps on following me around the store, and that guy will come behind him with a mirror, and he's like, he's behind you, and he'll turn around and it's him in the mirror, and be like, oh, okay, well. And then there was one, and there was one that was really
stupid shit.
mean. Yeah, basically, it was one that was pretty. It was
In other words,
lady minding her business. She's just trying to shop, and this dude walked up to her and said, "Hey, ma'am, like, there's somebody that's coming up behind you that, and they hair is really, really messed up."
that's not right.
Dude was holding the mirror behind her, and she turned around, and she literally said, "See, this I'm going back to Walmart, like, cause this don't make no sense." Like,
That is not right.
yeah,
That's so it's her basically. So her hair is a mess. And he just called her out on her hair.
They play too much. See,
that's pretty funny.
Okay.
I would probably go off in the store, like, you know, don't do that. Don't play with
You
me.
can't just be walking up on anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like you. First of all, you invade in my personal space, and then you're gonna talk crap about me.
yeah.
Don't play with me. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
too much.
Absolutely of that. Because first of all, you're close enough to me to be talking to me anyway. Like
Yeah, you don't know me that well.
Hold up.
3 feet, no
I
check.
get
We
New
going
York real quick.
basketball.
I get New York City real quick. We don't do that.
Yes,
At all.
with me.
Stop
You don't know
playing.
me, don't be walking up.
Y'all
on
be
me.
having like people that be in on it, but the people around y'all do not be in on it. Stuff be
Nope.
going down simply because of that.
A lot of things I see on the internet, I just feel like these things that are supposed to be real are actually pranks, but they're trying to make you believe that it's real stuff that's really
Right.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
I can
clearly
see that.
bad acting. So it's like
There's no way you have
really?
2 different views of this incident.
Right.
now this is mental health. I did see something yesterday that
That's
kind of
funny how you get a camera angle for a real event.
it bothered me a little bit because it was a mother. I don't know if you guys saw it. There was a video of a mom. Her son had killed her fiance. And the mother was talking really greasy about the son, like saying the son was the devil and the son needed to get the death penalty. This is a mother speaking about her child that took this person's life. What I took from the whole thing was that it seemed like the mother just kind of wasn't showing the child any kind. He was 19 years old, because the mother was saying really bad things about the son, like, oh, he knew that he had to leave because me and the fiance were planning a wedding and we weren't going to take care of no 19-year-old boy. And
So he took out his competition.
so that's what it looked like to me. So apparently he
If
went
you kill
downstairs.
my future spouse, you still got to leave.
Well, you gotta leave. But here's the thing: the way she was talking about her son,
You can clearly see the product of her verbal
there was
abuse.
a problem there. Like, right?
Right,
So
the emotional
he
abuse.
didn't
She
just wake
chooses
up
the
and say
spouse
yes
over her child.
And you can't just do that to everybody, because everybody is not mentally stable enough to deal with that kind of thing. And her dude was in the military, so who knows what kind of military crap he was dealing with this guy. Because if the man didn't want him there, she was going to choose this man over her son. He had to leave. He knew he had to go to Florida. He didn't want to go to Florida, so he walked downstairs in the basement, turned around and killed him. And the mother said, "I want my son to get the death penalty." And she just was talking very calmly and nonchalant.
She lucky he didn't
Why do you
kill
have to leave
her.
the state though? Why do you have to leave the state?
He was going to live to Florida to go live with his dad. And he didn't want to go.
Well, he ain't going nowhere now. He about to do 40 years of hard
going to
things.
And
jail.
look, room and board is taken care of now.
He's going to jail. But it just bothered me
taken care of.
the way that his mother just was talking about him. I mean, she didn't even seem distraught that the fiance was dead. She was more like, "I just hope my son dies."
I've seen plenty of that.
Just want to
right.
die.
I've
This
seen plenty
man
of that.
dies. I was
Especially
like,
growing
wow.
up. That was normal.
You know what would
Like,
help?
they would choose over their kids all the time.
Therapy could have helped
help.
me, because she was saying that the son didn't have any mental illness, according to what she was saying. Oh, he didn't have any mental health issues. He just was the devil. She was
I was
saying
about to say he could have been just upset. When you have
in
that
a
kind of
moment.
abuse coming from like your mom or your father, those are the only 2 people that's obligated to love you. If they don't love you, you don't care about nobody else.
And this guy
So she's
wasn't his
lucky he
father.
didn't take it out on her.
This was her fiance. She was going to
That's
be
what I'm saying.
married.
He's lucky. She's lucky that he didn't kill her, because she's the source of the problem. He just got rid of the competition to hurt his mother. But
Yes,
she lucky
exactly.
he didn't hurt her, because that's the one he mad at.
Yeah, because he could have went on a killing spree and took everybody out.
That's horrible. He's young.
It was young, and now his life is over.
Damn.
And
But
she is still out to see all of it.
yeah.
But that's just a sadistic. If he was like, "Yo, I just want you to suffer, so I'm gonna let you live," that's just as supervillain as taking another person's life. So, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
probably exactly what it was, though.
Yeah, I want him to die, and I want you to live, so you can feel the pain of him dying.
That's
mad supervillain right there. Mad supervillain.
Yeah.
But did he even think that out, or who knows what triggered him to just do it? I mean, maybe old boy did something or said something that just was like he snapped.
You got to go. I'm shooting. It don't take much for these kids. They don't have that mental.
I'm about to laugh about that. That's not funny.
It don't take much for these kids because their tolerance for things are a little different than our generation.
Completely desensitized.
Yeah,
that is very true. That is very, very true. They will pop off quick,
and they don't care about authority, so they don't mind teaching you a lesson. Like, these kids are different and they're aggressive. They just, it's about me and I don't care. Like, let me show you something.
Yeah.
Like, they really are on some supervillain stuff. I mean, think about what they watch and grow up with. Like, they really are that character.
Right.
I don't know. I watched a lot of violent things as a kid. You know, it just didn't translate into my regular life. So
it wasn't this kind of violent, though.
Our violent stuff as kids was not this violent stuff as kids.
Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that was violent.
It was so scary.
I think, but you know, with that kind of stuff, it was like we knew that wasn't reality. The stuff that these kids watch these days, it seems like it's real shit.
Like, they can just watch the news and get the same stuff.
I'm about to say, you can watch the news and get and restore it.
That is true.
All right, I dig what you're saying.
These kids are watching on the news, and it's their. When you think about the violence, all these shooting games and stuff, that's their pastime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To relax, they are killing folks. Like, for real. Like, oh, right. Look at my head count. Like, that's the relax. So how can you imagine when they kirk out? Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
The only difference is they can't re-up on health. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get a do-over, but it's easy for them.
Well, because they don't have the idea that you turn the power button off and you never share showers versus going out and doing the crap in real life. So
right.
And the generation doesn't care.
He went back downstairs, and she said, "I know that he went back downstairs just to make sure that he was dead."
Ouch.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
He shot him on the stairs and then went back downstairs. He didn't care in that moment. So could that have
generation,
a moment of insanity, like just a snap?
If you ask them though, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? There's no plans. When you have somebody who has nothing to lose and no hope for the future, yes, they are dangerous and very reckless. They don't plan on growing up. Like, you see the songs and stuff is teaching them die young. They think they're going to be a legacy. They want to die young.
Right.
They have no goals to live for a long time at all.
I don't know if
they don't care.
It's just saying die young, but I do hear that the music is trying to tell them that, hey, look, my life and what I experienced, I could have took me out early, but I'm glorifying the fact that that I made it past that violence, and that and the things in which I'm dealing with at this point in time are drug addiction and all these other issues. But I don't think it's like saying, hey, we just want to make sure that we take ourselves out. I think it's what we want to do is just live the most in these moments, which you know is not it's not just the best advice because it's not the safest advice, but you know, it to them their highest good is getting that car, getting that chain, getting a bunch of women to adore them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So material goods over actual mental and physical substance.
Like it's that temporary Band-Aid. You just want to feel good.
And that's literally what you're dealing with right now. The results of that, which is why we appreciate some of the contemporaries that we have today, the ones who are putting out music that really, you know what I'm saying, feeds the soul or speaks to, you know what I'm saying, speaks to you. It's that are not like that, you know. But
yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
Things are
different. They're very it's very different. Things are different.
The images that are conditioning us, the music that are driving us, it's all pointing towards chaos and destruction.
Yes.
And it's like most folks don't even listen to the words, and half of them you can't hear anyway. But it is really
Like,
just
I
like I just want
understand
to
it.
feel good and nothing else matter. Nothing's in depth, and people don't really realize what they are given permission to indulge in for themselves. Like they're not feeding their spirits anything of substance and health
Right.
and
Yeah,
longevity
because it's
at
not.
all.
That's what do you see? You got social media. We didn't have social media. We didn't have all of this Twitter and Instagram, and we had television. I mean, everything on
Thank,
television wasn't great when we was growing up, but it
thank God
wasn't
we
what
didn't
it
have
is
social
today.
media. Whew, thank God.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
at least the
but
show had
you
a
know how
commercial.
much.
You can go use the bathroom. Like you prioritize your life real quick and you hurry up so that you can get in
Right.
front of the
You
TV
take a
because it was gonna
breath.
come on and you was gonna miss it.
It's nonstop. You just scrolling at everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God, coming at you.
I mean, for real, like you think about how many different moods you go through in 5 minutes with Instagram and TikTok alone.
Yes, like to the point where I have to really kind of just get off because it's like I can't between people drama and people getting killed on the internet. It's like it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
The mental health establishments, it's about to grow in need for sure because Instagram is teaching us to be distracted and we're choosing that distraction. We would rather have that temporary band-aid of any type of satisfaction or any type of feel like I'm living, even if I'm still in one seat, but I'm having some type of life versus
Right.
actually having one. And
Yeah.
that, yeah, I mean, we still in the beginning with this social media. So we still don't even know the real repercussions of what this is going to do for society.
Yeah, I can see
Right.
that because now it's becoming the mainstream form of communication and entertainment
Yes.
versus being a
Yes.
secondary thing. I can see
People
that.
get their news from social media, whether it's
Indeed.
true or not.
Exactly.
You know?
Whether
Whether
it's
it's
true
the
or
truth or
not.
not.
But you
It's
see
fake
the
news.
power and control that we have now?
Yes.
Beforehand, you saw the image and someone else was controlling it, and then when it was time for the TV to cut off, that was it. But
Right.
now, whatever mood you're in, you can just go into that place, watch it, rewatch it. You can choose whatever you want, but it makes you think that you're in control of what's happening.
Right.
And then we just use that all day long. Like if you don't have a regular routine, then you just think you're in control of something. And we
Right.
we like that as humans. We want to feel like we're in control.
That's
And
true.
this social media is giving us a really a false reality. Because
Very
life don't
true.
work like that.
Yeah.
And to me, that's where therapy kicks in. Because you got to find ways to cope with this stuff versus letting it become you. So
Yeah,
You
I
do.
understand all that,
But
but I don't.
I know you're anti-therapy, Mr. 2 weeks, but some people really want help.
and
Well,
some
I
people
know you
really
messing
need
with me.
help. And
Right.
some people go to therapy and it actually helps.
well,
You know what?
that's
I want to
cool.
hear his
That's
view,
cool for
Ezel.
some people,
Why
but
are you against therapy?
because
Yes,
it
sir.
doesn't work.
Well, why do you feel that way?
Okay.
Why do you feel that way?
Well,
Okay.
let's go to the commercial break and then we'll come back and
Okay,
we'll
for
talk
sure,
about
for
that.
sure, yeah,
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because we're gonna put you in the spotlight, bruh. Just
that's
saying.
fine. That's fine. I got my
He ain't
statistics.
scared.
I
Right.
got a few
And
myself. I got a few
if-
myself.
If you're looking for new candles, I got something for you.
Tap into your essence with a divine essence candle. Candles that soothe your soul and balance your chakras. Each candle has an affirmation inscribed on each jar to help you stay grounded, create balance and harmony. Use code DE20 for 20% off your first purchase at divineessence.us.
Lunar Love by Denise, where everything is handmade in small batches. You can reach me at my Etsy website or at my email address and place your order. I'm also known as Lady D. Thank you.
And we are back. Big shout out to Divine Essence, Lunar Love. Oh man.
We in the building.
Beautiful stuff,
We
man.
in the building. We doing it really big. 2024 is gonna be the year, y'all.
Yep.
Essence in the building.
That thing is gone.
I'm not only a member, I am a client, folks.
I love it. I love it.
See?
So y'all ready to hop into this
Yes.
topic? Because I definitely want to
let us
talk
know
about,
how you feel.
Yep. Topic is, what's your take on therapy? And we start with our brother Ezel. ISO with him.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
Ted Bundy.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh wait, take him off.
No,
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
You will not start with the serial killers, dog.
Nope.
No, let us see what he's thinking.
Well, let's go. I want to see. Let's go. Let's
Give him
go.
the ISO.
Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy. Who else? Gary Ridgway. Who else?
Okay.
Why do you know these people off the top of your head? That's what I want to know.
Dennis
You're
Rader.
just rattling off like serial killers. I'm just saying.
These people all went to therapy prior to committing all of these murders. And y'all want to sit there and just tell me, oh, therapy be working. Tell that to the victims.
Okay.
Take you off ISO.
All right.
I will not.
So,
You have to look at the camera and say that with a straight face.
your point is that therapy didn't work for them. Therapy didn't work for them because clearly they were beyond whatever therapy could offer for them. So they probably needed a pill, a shot, or something, or some shock, something going on, some shock therapy or something. So we don't know what type of therapy that these guys had.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do. They have. This is documented that they went through therapy as well as psychiatric treatments. So they've been through both. And if you're going to sit here and tell me that, hey, because they had something going on with them, that's why it didn't work for them. We all got something going on with us.
Well, so no, I don't mean that they have something going on with them.
How is it that we just gonna say that therapy just works when we all got something wrong with us?
Therapy doesn't work for everybody.
Let me tell you something. What will work is you taking the time to analyze your whatever it is that you are doing, and you know what I'm saying, doing the inner work. And that inner work doesn't have to include therapy. It could include meditation. It could include going for physical activity, but you don't gotta go sit in front of nobody and explain all your problems.
That's a form of therapy. Everything is kind of
therapy, by the way.
All they gonna do is
that's a form of therapy
to an answer that you could have came to if you really just sat there and did the inner work yourself.
Bro, but that takes a level of ownership and tools that some people don't have, and that's what therapy gives you. It gives you tools to get to where you are.
Teaches them to that world.
Online, but we all got the
online
looking at TikTok and scrolling through ads and people trying to build a carburetor or messing up in the kitchen.
You said
your speed is whack, bro.
Find you something to emulate.
You can't go from scattered butt to auto parts, B. That's the worst feed ever.
You cannot say that a person needs to go and research what's wrong with them online. Because if there's something
we literally diagnose ourselves every day.
A lot of times,
yes. People Google themselves.
99.9% of us are using WebMD. Why are we not using?
Because people, first of all, everybody is not going to look at themselves and say there's something wrong with me. They don't know that something's wrong with them. Everybody's not. Everybody,
you just don't know what to call it.
They're not looking in the mirror and say, "Oh God, I need some help. I need somebody." A person who is schizophrenic, a person who has bipolar disorder, somebody who has NPD. We're gonna throw that in into narcissistic personality disorder because that's a part of mental illness too. All of that.
Okay. What you're leaning on goes past therapy. That's not. We're talking.
So about, the serial killers that you're talking about.
Therapy. We goes
past therapy.
Those people need to be inside of them. Inside of those psych wards where
you think.
But that's the thing. There's a difference between that and therapy.
But you went to a polar extreme, though, B. Yeah, they may have went to therapy, but you already established they was already nuts. Like when you already
they may have had
you dog.
They had things that were clinical. There was something going on, and something was loose, broken. That's right, extremely broken. That could not be fixed.
Oh, I want to say something.
Uh-oh, ISO,
Now,
you ready for ISO?
everything that you guys are saying is correct, but the one thing that's missing, especially when it comes to, like you said, whether it's inner work or therapy, is the fact that the spirituality is not there. If you don't know that there's something bigger than you, and if you don't accept that, then yes, you only have yourself to talk to. Now, most times therapy doesn't work because people aren't being honest. No one is going to walk to a stranger and just tell them, sometimes I feel like killing my mom. Sometimes I feel like killing a teacher. I hurt myself on a regular basis. Most people are full of anxiety and they're not that honest. They don't want other people to judge them. So they go to therapy with these superficial issues. You're not going to fix the true issue if you're not being honest with yourself. That's one. And most of us are not. We are afraid to look in the mirror and we're afraid to clean out that dark part of your mind and really get down to something truthful. So that's the start. If you can't do that, then you're not going to get the results. But if you don't believe,
I agree.
You know, if you don't believe at least in God, then regardless of who you ask for help, the one person that can help create everything and change your whole environment and change you from the inside out, if you don't include him, then you're not going to have the results you're seeking. So that's really what the bulk of it is. And that's for all problems. Most people that are schizophrenic, they know, all of us, you know, between right and wrong. You have that discernment. You just don't know what to call it. You know something's wrong with you.
I don't know if everybody knows between right and wrong. I can't say that because some people
say that they have that discernment.
I don't agree with that.
Me,
I don't.
Me either. Because I was like, and there's also another thing. You got there's three things I got to make sure I touch on. One, there are a lot of people in this world that do not acknowledge a higher being that are in fact doing amazing things in the world, for people around them to better their lives. And that's something, but I want to set that to the side. That ending portion where, I'm sorry. No, I don't want to set it to the side. Because
who are you talking to? You having a conversation with yourself?
No, because of the fact that
counseling will help that.
You said no.
The spirituality portion that
he did a sidebar by himself. He put his own self on sidebar.
Yeah, I like, bro, because I had a ton of thoughts come at the same time. So
said no.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, wait, talking about. It's like, wait, I gotta rebut this, and rebut this. But I'm gonna stick to the first one. About the people that actually don't acknowledge a higher power, but are still doing good in the world. I talk to these people, right? Mm-hmm. They may not say that, hey, there is something greater than them out there. They may just believe that, hey, it is that I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul, and I'm the one that literally wields the universe to do what it is that I want it to do. Based upon
you just described masters of the universe,
and not a relationship with a higher being. And those people are not. I don't believe. I wouldn't say that those people are that they don't have the capacity or the wherewithal to be able to do things that are greater than themselves for people that they may never ever come in contact with. Nor will I say that, hey, those people cannot, in fact, do have that their moral compass of what is right, knowing what is right and what is good, is any off than any other person that does in fact acknowledge a higher power.
We all have that.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. That's what we just don't know what to call it. Every last one of us has that discernment. You know when something hurt, you know when something feels good, and you know when to not cross the street. You get that pause inside yourself, like you just corrected yourself. You felt it. Didn't nobody have to tell you did was wrong. We all have that, whether we know who to give credit to or not.
But for some people, to kill someone feels good to them.
That was a decision. They made a decision. They weren't confused.
Right, but when I'm saying it, but that's right to them. That's not wrong to them.
It was probably wrong before they did it, but
it feels good to them
we make bad decisions all the time.
But it doesn't feel good.
The thing is, we have the capacity to acknowledge that decision is bad If I go
And I
inside
should
another
not
room
do
and
that.
stab someone, I know that that is wrong. But this person, because of however it is their makeup, it is a scientific firing of the nephrons inside of the brain that their thing says
He didn't pull
to
out the
kill
nephrons on
someone
his
is
dog.
a good thing.
And
That
it's a
is not,
rush, and it
that is
feels
not
good
on-
to me.
Yeah, like
But a
that is
lot
not
of them will
something that
tell
can
you,
be, like,
I know it
dealt
was
with, like,
wrong,
oh, give it
and
to
I
a
still
higher
wanted to
pressure.
do it. You
And
can
a
be
lot of
allergic to
them will
something, you still
say,
put it in your mouth.
I
Think
don't
about how many
care.
things we know is probably not best for us. Just
And the
even
only reason
small
why they're
stuff.
saying it's wrong is because somebody's telling them that that was wrong.
Exactly, and that is another.
Someone's
another
telling
thing.
them that that was wrong.
There's
You don't think these people are fully aware of what they're doing?
You
Like they
think-
don't, they
do I-
know
do
that
I
they are
think
making a
that
bad
these-
choice.
They made.
I don't think that everyone.
It's a fine
I don't
line.
believe that
It's a fine
everybody
line,
that's a psycho serial stalker killer is believing that what they're doing is wrong.
Thank you. I believe that what they
Not everyone.
acknowledge is that they may say, some of them may say that the world will look at this as if this is wrong, but I deep down inside know that I'm right. Think about so many people that have started cults and decided to
Right.
and have literally mass murdered those who were inside their cult, believing that they were the second
What
coming
they were
of
doing
Jesus.
was right.
What are we talking about here? Like, dog, like people are literally
Mental health. That's what we're talking about.
It's a mental health thing. If your screws are loose,
it's
because
a brain thing.
to Penny's logic, that means that then if people who are suffering from mental illness know the difference between right and wrong, and I don't believe that everybody that suffers from mental illness knows the difference, only because they're being told that it's wrong. Only because they're being told that it's wrong, that you shouldn't do that. But then to them, what I'm doing, I needed to kill that person because I needed to rid the earth of that person because they didn't need to be here anymore.
You are not the final authority on to be able to do that, and we can acknowledge that, but they don't have the capacity to acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe everybody
No,
walks
I
into
said,
a situation
well, I'm saying, but it was a decision. They still made a decision and choice. It wasn't like it was fluke and it was on accident. No, they made a decision to do it.
Yeah, they made a decision,
and they
to
will
rid
own
the
up
person,
to the decision.
Right,
but not that it was wrong though. It doesn't mean
that's
to
what
them
I'm
it wasn't
saying.
wrong.
They're
To them
not
it wasn't
saying that
wrong.
they're making the wrong decision. They're saying I'm making the right decision because
this is what I need to do.
This is what I need to do. This is my destiny. This is what God said I should do. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, like what's the guy that tried to kill that famous singer? You know what I'm talking about, bro?
Charles Manson. Oh, Manson. Charles Manson. You talking about Charles Manson?
No. I'm talking about the other.
Another one.
The other one that was like,
there's another one.
Like, he was like, no, God is telling me that I need to take him off of this earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll pull it. I gotta find it, dog. I gotta find it.
So while you're looking for that,
no, you have a lot of people that say that there's something telling me to do this. You hear that in people that are not even diagnosed with schizophrenia. You have folks that just like, there's something telling me to do this. And that, and that is real. That is real. It happens a lot. And that's why I say that it's very important to have that discernment on who you listening to. What voice are you listening to?
Right. But I would say it like this. But those are all the extreme cases. I will interject one thing.
Jonestown, yeah, because but he started out as a Christian. As a leader, a preacher, a minister.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So what I got here is for those who are not at the extreme portion where you can't be saved or you have bones already in your backyard, there's still tools that can help you with therapy. If you already got bodies in your backyard, this might not work for you. Nope, not personal. Don't come after me. But
or it might.
For those,
might bring it back. Can bring it back.
Yeah, for those who actually feel like therapy may work, here are some of the benefits. You can look this up yourself because, like I said, we're not experts, but you can get better. Therapy can help you with communication, your coping mechanisms. It can give you tools to cope with stress. It can help you also achieve goals, things like that. So there are some tangible things you can take from therapy. Like I said, if you already are a clown killer with a bunch of bodies, this ain't gonna work for you. However, for most people that are in the middle that can be helped, take this list down because this might work for you. Just saying.
No, and that's very true. But can we just talk about, because Ezell was saying that people don't need therapy. They could just figure it out on their own.
And that's why I felt like this list was important.
So all this
even
list,
people who don't think it, you can still kind of see it.
Entire list that's here. Ezell, do you believe that a person can come to this place by themselves?
Do I believe that somebody can come and can find how coping mechanisms for stress, how to deal with people that are sick and dying? Do I believe that they can come to that conclusion on their own? Yes, I'm going to stand on that and say yes, I absolutely do. I do
will
believe
second
it will take
that.
some work. I do believe it will take you having to sit down, acknowledge what the feelings are, write out about how you're going to, whatever your strategy is going to be, or even so if you want to go to Chat GPT and figure out, hey, find a video, put it on YouTube. You can do all of that. You can do it. You can do it extrinsically, but you don't need to sit in front of somebody and have to just talk and literally just give them all the things. No, you can do it on your own. You can meditate. You can pray.
Yes,
Those are
I
still
agree.
tools.
I'm an advocate for therapy. I'm a big advocate for therapy because I do understand that there are things that people cannot come to without assistance because of whatever trauma they've experienced in their life. Like you're talking about people who've been molested. You're talking about people who've maybe been on drugs for a really, really long time, and they don't even know how to navigate through life, like just as an adult. You know what I mean? So they need help. I mean, they can deal with some things on their own, but I think that in order for them to move forward and progress in a healthy way, they're going to need assistance. Listen, I see my therapist. Shout out to my therapist every 2 weeks. Okay. Let me tell you something. She helps me navigate through a lot of things. Even though there's a lot of things that I do know and recognize that I have worked on my own, she helps me navigate through some things because I'm a very anxious person, so I have anxiety and I overthink and things like that. So she helps me to put things into perspective to help me kind of think things through. I don't feel like I have any mental illness. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm just saying. Listen. But
Just don't admit to nothing on this podcast. Other than that, you're good with me.
Because I will say this: in our community, it is not something that we are told that it's okay to do.
No, so we're not taught.
We're not taught that it's frowned upon, and for men too. Well, a lot of men, especially men will not go to therapy because for them, therapy is kicking in with my boys in the barbershop. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work it out. I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to exercise. That's therapy for them. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of that. But barbershop therapy is not it.
That's like regular friend parents.
That's your homeboy. You and your homeboys talking. I think everybody needs a homeboy. I think everybody needs a friend. Everybody needs somebody they can talk to and vent to and things like that. But sometimes your friend is the best person to talk to because they're on your side. You know what I mean? So they might not always, they may co-sign your bullshit when you don't need them to. You know what I mean? So a friend as a therapist, not a good thing.
You have to be careful with that.
You have to be very careful because your friend might have you, making decisions because you think, okay, right? I was right.
No, your friend may have you making decisions based on their stuff.
Their stuff, right.
Right, they got their own biases and traumas, and now they're giving you advice.
They project it onto you, and that's what happens a lot of the times. So I don't think that I think therapy is an amazing thing. That I know you said so you're totally 100% against therapy. Either.
I very much have made this very clear. Like y'all, I can figure it out on my own. And honestly speaking, like I said,
that's fine.
Prayer is not me. Prayer is not me. I'm not giving my issues to man. I'm gonna give my issues onto the higher power that I acknowledge.
Agree.
Once I do that,
I think it goes hand in hand. To be honest,
meditate and I'm going to listen for the answer. And if the answer comes in a different form, where hey, something has been revealed to me, my experiences in life, and now it's another lesson that I can carry forward and say, oh, hey, I see this pitfall coming up ahead. I'm going to apply this to that. I'm going to do that. But all those other things, stress, I can deal with. If I had like multiple personality disorder, things of that nature, things that are
Extreme.
beyond my
Yeah.
control,
But bro, how would you know that though? That's
I'm
the
going to
key.
go
You know how if it's
a,
5 people in your head,
But my thing is, if they all
If
get
I
along,
have
then
that
we
issue,
might think we're
I'm
friends.
See,
going
though,
to go
because one
somewhere
day they not,
that can actually address that.
and one day they're
Go
gonna
to
be like,
somebody
listen, go over there.
I'm gonna go to an
Listen.
actual doctor like for that. But if it's something that I can actually control, I'm gonna do that.
Then how do you know you can control it, bro?
I'm gonna pull myself up and I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna control my reality.
see
And I
what
respect that, but how do
what
you know? How do you know?
because you know, don't your body, look, God did a real good job about giving us common sense, and our body functions in a certain way. It responds to stress in a certain way. You know, you're not feeling good. You don't ask yourself to breathe. You don't ask yourself to go to the bathroom. Your body alerts it. So you know when stuff is not right. Someone else can't tell you what's going on in the inside of you, but you know. Like I said, even if you don't know exactly what the cause, you don't know what the cause is, you know something ain't right.
Right.
You know that something's going on. But I agree with what Ezel's saying, is when therapy is good because it represents hearing yourself out loud, playing a situation out loud so that you can hear it, so
That's
that you can
true.
evaluate it better. The same thing as a therapist is what you would do in a notebook when you're journaling. You're getting to look at the situation from an objective point of view so that you can see it, so that you can find out the patterns, so that you can see what's missing, so that you can get yourself and your emotions detached from what it is. And you can very well do it. I
So this
help
comes back
people
to
all the
ownership
time to do
almost.
exactly what
Is that something
Ezel is doing, to do it yourself. Because some people get addicted to the therapy. They get addicted to the late phone calls on the phone with their best friend. They're not the one who's supposed to fix your problems. One, you can't teach nobody that don't want to be taught. You can't help nobody that don't want to be helped. And ultimately, it is your life. You are in charge of the decisions. You are in charge of the help that you seek and the questions that you ask. Prayer is the most powerful thing that you can do outside of asking for help. But a lot of people, we haven't taught it, especially in our community. We weren't taught to ask questions. We were taught to mind your business, and what stays in the house is yours. You don't talk about it. We were taught to not talk, and we were taught to not trust people. So it's really
That's it.
hard. Like, we have
That's it.
generations of this that we really have to break down. It is very important to talk because you can hear it, but you have to have the discernment to know who you can talk to, because you can't
Exactly.
reveal
And
everything.
y'all be thinking that it's
That's
okay to
true.
just talk to therapists because of the fact that everybody, we don't popularize it. Dog, if it's out of your control, go see a go see somebody that will literally diagnose you with it, stuff that you like with the actual issue, something that is out of your control. But things that are within your control are the things that I see people go and take to therapy. Dog, you can handle that. You just need to put in the effort.
The
Journal.
therapy helps, it teaches them. A therapist, anybody, a psychologist, a therapist, what it does is expedite your knowledge so that you can help yourself. That's all it is. It's so you can do it, because you have to do the work yourself. It's your life, period.
Yeah.
Now, you can do it in an
Mhm.
expensive way or an inexpensive way, because ultimately, if you don't do it, it's not going to happen, regardless of who
And
tells
it's
you
gonna,
that and gives
yeah,
you
it's
the
gonna
advice or the
further
tools. You have to
mess
do
your
the
life
inner
up.
work, period.
Yeah,
You
because if you
have to. And like you said, if
dysfunction,
you just sit still long enough, you know what you have been through, you know what's attached to it.
right?
Because a therapist ain't gonna do nothing but just ask you the questions to stimulate the thought so you can figure it out on your own.
Because they don't tell you what you need to do. They help you to
No,
figure that out.
they
Because not a,
breadcrumb you. Listen, they breadcrumb you to get to the conclusion.
yeah, but
And the
somebody,
thing
some
is,
people
you
need
can
that.
get to that same conclusion by journaling and praying and
Some
meditating.
people need that though,
They
because
need
some
help
people are
sorting it
not
out.
strong enough to do it on their own
It can be
because of
scary.
their trauma. It could be right.
It
It's
can be
hard to
scary.
look in the mirror for everyone, especially when all you've known was dysfunction your entire life. So now you're trying to, okay, I got to get out of this. I can't just wake up and say, okay, it's done. All the dysfunction in my life is gone. I
Mhm.
need some help to navigate through this, and my friend can't do it.
I would say with anybody that's doing the inner work, if you're going to do the inner work by yourself because you don't know what's down that rabbit hole, if you don't have a source of not necessarily religion, but spiritual. If you don't have a higher power to pray to help you through those scary spots, then you should have somebody else help you through it. Because I know I take people down some dark corners all the time, and everybody can't handle it. They can't handle those truths that get revealed and the things that you get that notion to and guided to about the family members around you. You can learn a whole lot of stuff when you start asking yourself questions. And if you don't have a higher power to pull you out of that hole, this is how you get crazy people. Because like I said, I have a lot of different things, and I'm telling you, on a regular basis, on a day-to-day basis, when you're just trying to function through your day and get from check to check, you'd be surprised what comes out of the dark. And you can't do it by yourself.
That's very,
you have to have at least somebody. If you don't have a therapist, you have to have at least somebody that you can be honest with, because a lot of stuff comes. And I'm talking about generational stuff and family stuff. When you start asking yourself questions so that you can get help, you come from a different objective where now you can't unsee it. You look at everybody's veils. You see everybody's rose-colored glasses, and you see all the denial that everyone around you function in.
That's
and
true.
It makes you want to ask them questions. You want to ask them help, and you can see people will shut it down quick. They don't want to talk about it.
They sure don't.
And I'm talking for good reason, because you'll be surprised why your mom never let you go swimming, and then you find out that another relative, tried to drown her. A relative that sits at your Thanksgiving table that they don't talk about, tried to kill her, and now she won't let you go. There'd be stuff like that, especially in the Black community. Black communities, we have been taught to be strong, be spiritual, stay together, but not to talk. And we keep secrets. I mean,
and also another thing I want to add is that even in the African American community, sometimes when we seek therapy, we don't get the help that we need because it's not even there for us to get it. For so many of us, it's not, the other communities can get it easily, but for us, it's not easy like that.
It's not available. They want us crazy.
Well, yes.
I
they want us crazy. They want us to kill ourselves.
No, but that's a statistic. Statistically,
I
that
would
is
go
true.
as far as to say that, because remember, if you're saying ownership and you say they want us crazy, that takes away from the ownership you just kind of enforced. So it can't be both, where they want us crazy, but we don't have ownership of our own stuff.
No, I get what she's saying when it comes
you
to
can control yourself, but we are conditioned. Like I said, listen to the music, see what's on our television on a regular basis, see these games that every child is holding. They are not mentally capable of holding these games and like what's being taught to them on a regular basis.
But
we are straight up being conditioned for chaos.
But isn't that a cop-out? Because are we all kind of seeing the same stuff? Last time I checked, the internet was used by everybody. Everybody play video games. So to just say
that's true.
those
nope, I'm very selective. I stopped watching news over like 15 years ago.
Don't think the same. We all don't think the same.
That's my point.
Even though we might be seeing the same thing, but they're targeting those who are not thinking enough to say, "Let me not do this."
Right.
So now they're being targeted. We are being targeted. Like you can't.
And if we're all holding our phones to our face and we are all occupying ourselves, then we're leaving all the people who are untrained and uneducated to fend for themselves. Because us who are strong enough to have that discernment, then you are being mindful. Like I stopped watching the news really almost 20 years ago because I was not going to let anything else dictate my emotions and my thoughts and what my energy went to for the day. So I'll find the news because somebody else is going to tell it to me. But you can't control it. But most of us want to be occupied and we just want to have some peace and we want to ignore what life is going on.
True.
But it's now with social media, it's very, very individualized because you can keep your own peace, but the person next to you is watching nothing but chaos that's feeding them a lot of negative stuff. And since you are distracted, you don't even know that they're losing their mind right next to you. We're not helping each other. The world has taught us to focus inward on yourself. We're not doing that thing. We don't have a sense of community.
I have a statistic really quick. 1 out of every 3 African Americans who need mental health care receive it. That's 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 receive it. So there's 2 other people that are not receiving. And also, Black people with mental health conditions, especially those with schizophrenia, bipolar, and other psychosis, are more likely to be incarcerated than other people with races. So they're not getting help. They're getting sent to jail.
I'm surprised it's that high. It should be higher.
It probably is higher, but this is a few years ago. So this is not from now. So it probably now is probably higher.
Did you know when
Where can people go to get that information? Is that like on the CDC, or where can people get
This
those
one was
stats?
on the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance, and I have another one from
Yeah, because part of it is doing your own research. So
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
kind of
you
in the
gotta
middle with
research
me
it.
and with you guys, because some of the stuff you have to take ownership of. And
Agreed.
one of our actual people in the chat said, "Yo, what if you misdiagnose yourself?" That's a real thing.
And
So
people
you
do it
take
all
the ownership.
time.
They
People do
definitely.
all time. What Joan said, have you ever been in therapy?
Yeah.
E.
I already said yeah.
Oh, okay.
did you know that even with therapy, psychologists, the difference between a therapist and a psychologist is that one can give you medicines and the other one just kind of talks to you. They do the
Psychiatry.
same thing, but one will give you medicines. One, we all know medicines drive you crazy, okay? They trick
I
your
thought
brain
that
into
was
thinking and doing something else,
psychiatrist.
and the side effects are dangerous.
They
So you
are.
have some people that have true issues and the medicines just make it worse. Think about when you have allergies, you take Benadryl, it puts you to sleep. Did it work? You was asleep. How do you know it even worked?
You
So
don't.
that part is really tricky when you go between the two. But when you actually like deal with the therapist, they still come from a scientific place. So I'll just let everyone know. If you go to a therapy and you talk about God too much, they call you schizophrenic because you're hearing voices. Did you know that? It's true. You can't even express that type of thing like I said, too
Well, I
much.
guess that depends, and that also
They'll write
depends
it
on
down.
the
They won't
type
tell
of
you, but it
therapist
gets
that
written
you
down.
are. You have to be very strategic when you're looking for a therapist too. You can't just talk to anybody because
First
everybody
catch.
is. Yeah, you gotta really
Mhm.
match somebody that's going to benefit you. You can't just because my insurance company will say, "Hey, take this. We have a program. We're going to give you this therapist." I will not see a therapist that is not African American. I will not. I will not.
Yeah.
And I've done that. They were okay, but I feel
A
like these,
reference.
they were good. They were cool. I was able to talk to them, but I realized the difference. So when I
Mhm.
did look for a therapist, I was like, I got to find somebody that's can actually relate to what I've experienced. Maybe not my personal, but
Oh,
as a Black woman, yes.
yeah, interview them too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you gotta interview your therapist. It's just not you can't just whoever your insurance, and that's another thing. People, your insurance may not even let you pick your own therapist. They're gonna give them to you, and now
You
you're
have a
stuck
lot of
with some.
options. A lot of people don't know that either, though. You can say no and you can search around and you can refer
Absolutely.
who you want to go to your doctor. But that's another thing people don't realize their rights. They don't know what they can do. You don't have to settle for
Agreed.
any of that and just follow what they give you. They
Yeah.
have their own agenda and you have to make sure that you have yours. Do it on purpose.
As with your medical doctor, you're not just you can't just go to anybody, and you have to be very intentional about who you allow to treat you.
Absolutely.
Mentally,
Mhm.
physically, spiritually, everything, all of that. Like you just can't sit up under anybody because they might lead you down a road of destruction.
And you can feel it. Like
You
trust
what?
yourself.
Yes,
Trust it. It's like this
yes.
doctor is not listening to me. You
Right,
fire them immediately, find another person. Like
Right.
don't even wait till they hurt you. You know,
right.
you feel that they're not listening, leave immediately, get someone else.
So, quick question: how do you know? Because if they're bringing up stuff that's going to trigger you, are they hurting you, or are they actually helping you talk about stuff that actually you need to talk about? How do you know whether you're being hurt or helped? That's a legit question. That's not me trying to sound funny.
That's
No,
I mean, I
that's a
think it's
good
because of the
question.
setting. I think because of the setting that it should be automatically interpreted as I'm trying to help, but because of how we are as as people, we'll immediately try to interpret it as they're trying to hurt. Because I mean, they're discussing something that's emotionally, what I'm saying, taxing. You know?
how
No,
they do it too. Like
right.
you can say almost anything to anybody with the perfect delivery.
Right.
So if they're insensitive, just like, oh, so you think you have mommy issues then? Like just really like cracking
Yeah,
jokes and then they're kind of almost taunting you with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Fire them, get out the room. You know,
yeah.
but because anybody who knows if they're going to a dark place or knowing that they should know that they are going to trigger you
Mm,
and they should give you a heads up. I don't bring up anything that I see
mm.
with my clients without making sure that they are in a place where they can handle it.
Right.
Time and place for everything,
Right.
because you can't reveal, because you know you think about you have some friends and people you care about that made like a red flag, and it just kind of makes your ear wiggle a little bit. Your spider senses go off. You're like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
But you know not to bring it up in front of the people. Like, let me wait till we get alone. A
Right.
good, caring, like the therapist or counselor or anything, they know how to guide you in the perfect setting to make sure that you are ready to deal with whatever's coming up. They'll take note and then come back
Right.
to it if they need to. Now, if you have somebody overly aggressive and, like I said, insensitive, that's not where you're supposed to be.
All
At
right,
all.
dig that. Thank you.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because it's a thin line between health and hurt, and a lot of stuff that hurts is actually helping us. So you have to have a distinguishing eye on which is which. So thank you for clarifying that.
And sort through your emotions. That's the honest part. If you are brave enough to do it yourself or to ask for help, be realistic that I'm about to go down a journey. Like, this is not going to be a quick process. It's a process. I'm about
Right.
to really find out what's going on because I really want some answers and I really want some change. And then the first thing that you want to do is do an emotional assessment. Like, really look at it. You say it's hurt, but it's like, is this person really trying to actually hurt me? Okay,
Right.
no.
Right.
Am I anxious? Am I afraid? Start sorting through the emotions that are being triggered so that you know what the next step you're supposed to do with those emotions. Because if they're not hurting you physically, then you're not hurt. So figure out what else it is that you're trying to express.
Yeah, because triggers are for you to deal with. If you're triggered by something, you need to look at why you're triggered. Why are you triggered? It's not always the other person. It's
Right.
you. It's what you're dealing with. And that's what Joan put up here. She said, when I ask my aunties questions in order to pray against generational curses, she never wants to provide info so she doesn't have to face whatever happened. But that generation, our parents and our grandparents, they ain't talking about nothing. You know how many secrets
Man,
is in my family right now?
I'd be like, Joan, don't be like, look, call me. I'm telling you. No, you don't want to be aggressive when they are fighting it. Because there's a reason. Because, like I said, some real stuff gets revealed. There is a real reason they do not want to deal with it. Because when you
Yeah.
tell your truth, you got to tell the truth on the people that did it to you, the other parties
Right.
involved.
Right.
And it's not your story to reveal their truths, but it's real hard to be honest when it's attached to other people.
Yeah, because it's gonna bring up a lot of stuff they probably not. And if you're an older person, they're not ready to bring that up.
Or
They
they
want to
or they
bury. They
or
want
they
to
plan
bury
on
that
taking
thing.
it to the grave.
They're gonna take it to the grave. They're gonna bury
They
that
they
thing.
like, I made a vow. I'm taking this one to the grave. And if other people are involved, I'm telling you, it can get real dark. Like, don't challenge them. Just respect their wishes. And all you can do is just figure out what you can in that moment, and just assume that, oh, this must take a left turn. Like, there's something
Yeah.
else attached.
But I have one more question. Doesn't that kind of limit your growth? If there's stuff that you're involved with that person that brings out a trauma, but you can't reveal it the way you need to, doesn't that actually limit your healing ability or growth in some ways?
It can, if you don't do the rest of the inner work. One, we can't control anybody else, and you can't make anybody reveal anything if they don't want to. We don't know if they can handle it. Everybody can
Right.
handle the truth. That's the
Ah.
truth of it. All you can do is, this is when the power of forgiveness come in. And like he said, that prayer, because you have to be able to sort through what in this situation is mine. What did I do? What did I say? What did I feel with this situation? Forgive yourself for what you did and what you cooperated in that situation, because that's the only thing that you could control. You did the best that you could with what you had and the knowledge that you had in that moment. You were trying to survive. Forgive yourself. You forgive the other people in it, because the same way that you were just trying to figure it out, they had their point of reference too. You don't know what they had been through beforehand. You don't know what caused them to make that decision. You don't know what trigger they had to make the comment or the action that they did. So just forgive them for that part and leave it alone. Because we try to get solution and hold people accountable, but sometimes if that person has died or they are in some strong denial and don't want to face it, you won't get that solution. But you still got to live. You have a whole life and future generations to influence. So you can't stay stuck because of their lack of wanting to get past it. It has to be something you do for yourself, and you can only do it for what your part was.
That's it.
I did.
Already.
I did.
That's what's up.
This was a great show, guys.
Yeah, man.
I I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, we kicked off Mental Health Month, right? We talking about mental health issues all month.
Yeah.
So get ready.
Man, it's about to be interesting.
Well,
So
pull up
get
to the
ready,
table,
get
get
ready,
this
get
meal,
ready.
folks. Yeah.
So next
You know
week's
what?
topic.
Shout out to everybody that leaving comments, because that's the first step of change in our community right there. That's going to truly
Absolutely.
unite us, is being honest.
Shout
That
out
means
to
that they
Instagram
felt
too.
safe enough
Yeah, right.
to
We
speak
we
their
didn't
truth.
shout. We didn't
You
do
know,
no
like,
shout out.
cool.
We was in this
No, we did
conversation today, y'all. Did we do any shout?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
appreciate you.
No.
We did.
No, we got a couple cats on the Instagram. Like shout out to Lawana. She was saying that she works for a major health provider, and she said make sure you find the actual therapist in your network. That's where a lot of people go wrong. They find people outside their network, so they don't get the proper coverage they need for those who have health insurance. So she was saying make sure you check for that. And she also said that a lot of the mental health issues that are faced by a lot of people, not just Brown. I know we do a lot of focus, but no matter who you are, these tools help. So don't take our message as just a group of people. We're all in a global community. So take this game and use it.
Statistics don't lie, though.
Yeah, statistics don't lie. But everybody can get that love and that help. So
everybody needs help. Yeah, you know,
we all need it.
We all need it. We're not excluding anybody.
You know what?
So.
I want to add to the insurance too. That's another thing. Don't allow the insurance to dictate the help that you need. Even if the insurance, if in the network or out of the network, if you find somebody, Michelle, like you said, that is helping you really interested in, man, if you got to save up money and plan on it, do what you got to do. Get the help from the ones you know you want. Like, don't look, if they don't take the insurance, find out what insurance they take.
And a lot of therapists are really not that expensive. I understand everybody don't have the money, but some of them are $60 a session. $75 a session. If you got to go once a month.
Look, folks doing that on spending that on their nails.
Right. You know,
they
once a month. So don't let insurance be the thing that keeps you from therapy, because it's available. Just put them coins together. Put them coins together. And I understand for people with low income who don't have it, I get it. But you know, there's ways around. There's so many ways around. And you know, we should have some resources. I wish we had some resources together, but I think we need to get some and put them out there.
Universities. With people who don't have insurance, and this is for just even medical insurance. If you go to the universities and colleges, there's so many different students that are in training that will be monitored by their teacher and professor, and they do free help, whether it's a dental clinic, cosmetology, a therapist. Like you can find it, but most people don't know that they need clinical trials. Like they have to train to how to get to this job. So you can find it, but most people don't know that. Go to a university.
Free game, y'all.
It's out there. It's out there. Do your research. You know what? Don't just sit back and need something and don't go get it, because it's available for you. This is a real thing. This is where you got to do the inner work. You got to do the inner work. Look in the mirror. Yeah. Look in the mirror first. Do that. Next week's topic, y'all. How do families today deal with depression in the family? That's gonna be a good one.
Outside of sweeping it under the rug and acting like you don't exist,
like it don't have it,
avoiding.
You know, it's a whole lot of that. Avoiding those conversations.
We about to get some folks in trouble.
We about to get real deep next week. But until next week, y'all.
Already.
All right. Oh,
thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you gonna do like share? Go for it. You got the better voice.
No, I was just gonna say thank you guys for tuning in. And if you just the very first time watching us, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate the love.
Can we everybody tell the manager on duty to make sure that he has his proper Instagram link, please? And
like, share, and subscribe for us on YouTube. And if you like what we're doing, please consider donating to the show. We're on PayPal at rgainsii. And our email address is, what's our email address? We are united.
Welcome back.
We are united.
What's our email address? We are united, right? We are united at myyahoo.com. Leave us some comments, give us some feedback if you're enjoying what we're doing, and catch the replay. Go like and subscribe. Share.
Keep the conversation going in the chat, because you may not call it live, but something you can say could spark growth in another person. So don't think just because the show is not live, you can't contribute to your community. So feel free to hop in the
Absolutely.
chat.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And go follow us. Go follow me. I'm Michelle _ with 1 _ ELL.
Be
Your
like,
turn.
and I'm Penny Owens at truly you _ Penny Owens on Instagram.
And him over there.
That's funny because I am him over there. I'm Ezel Moon _ on socials.
And I am RG, manager on duty. You can catch me at R Games II. See how that all works together?
And check out Ezel. He has his Monday shows at what time you come on Mondays?
Frank Conversation,
Frank
baby.
Conversation. You definitely check me out. I'll be on IG Live. It's some amazing guests. You tune in.
Yeah, tune in. And we'll see
And
you.
get a
Meet you guys
candle.
here. We'll meet you and get you a candle. Go to Divine
Okay,
Essence
get your
US.
chakras together.
Go get your get some balance going on. Yes.
Oh,
We'll see you guys next week.
outro.
Give me a minute. I've been out for a month.
Peace and love, y'all.
Oh, yeah.